Hi guys, happy Witchy Wednesday. So, yeah, still a lot of snow, crazy. I miss so many people that I talk to that are like completely out of power and it sucks, so, I feel bad. But, okay, so, today we're gonna, I'm like not even with it. I slept in and I slept really weird last night. It was a really weird night. I don't know, the dreams were intense and I don't usually remember my dreams, but they were really frickin' intense. Let's just say that. So, but all right, today we have the most popular card, everybody's favorite, the Devil. Alright, so first glance we have Dionysus, the god of pleasure. We have a lot of pleasure going on. We have the animal instincts, so that's our shadow self. That's everything that we are, bound to, chained to, etc., etc., etc. So, like habits, bad, smoking, whatever. Yeah, smoking cigarettes, so yeah, that's a big thing there. So just being chained down to, like, material possessions and, not having, our spirit liberated and, free. So, that came out a little squeaky. Free. There we go. So the Devil is the complete opposite of it's funny, yesterday I mentioned that Lucifer, the Lightbringer, and Saint Michael, the Archangel, were supposedly twins. So this is the complete opposite of Saint Michael, the Archangel. This is like closed-mindedness. This is complete, but not always. It's not always a bad card. It's honestly probably a really good card to delve into and dive into and integrate within yourself so that you can actually, solve your own problems. And, the biggest thing that screams to me out of that card is don't scapegoat. Don't blame, place blame on, habitual blame. Yeah, let's stop habitually blaming the devil and these demons for, our actions. That is the card of man. That is the card of, carnality. Yeah, big time. So, it's letting our inner carnal animal instincts overrule our, our mental capacity to decipher what is good from bad. So, literally, self-indulgence, a big thing there with the Devil card. So, all right, here we go. Key 15. Now, the Devil is the polar opposite of the Archangel. In key 14, his horns are those of a goat, and his face is a goat's face. He has wings and donkey ears. Actually, no, he doesn't have donkey ears. He has, what are they? I think they're ram's ears, actually. So, alright, where'd I go? Synchronicity. I was just thinking of you, my Kim, and I miss you, and you just sent me a text. Alright, so the donkey ears that suggest the obstinacy and stubbornness of materialism. So yeah, we have that. We have a lot of that going on. Materialism. We have, if you're obsessed with material objects. I'm actually honestly trying not to become so obsessed with, all these material things that we have. We can't take them to the grave with us. We can't. So, I'm trying to, not detach totally from these things. But I'm finding that it's easier for me not to need these things, like the board, the Ouija board. I'm not using it as much publicly like I am privately, but it is still a common practice for me daily. But it's like I don't need it. I can do this by myself. I can channel by myself, but sometimes I do need the board. So, but yeah, that's a whole other subject. There I go again. There goes the funkiness of, I don't know, my camera. I think it's going out. I'm going to have to get a new one. So he sits on a half cube, which signifies the half knowledge of what is only the visible sensory side of reality. So, the half cube, we have Baphomet again. What is going on with my camera? Alright, so, where'd I go? So his right hand is upraised, giving the sign of black magic. Actually, no, it's not the sign of black magic, as opposed to the Hierophant, which is raised in blessing. On the palm is the symbol of Saturn, the planet of limitation and inertia. They've kind of got this a little bit backwards. So now in his left hand he holds the smoldering torch of a destruction. The inverted pentagram, denoting evil intent, is ascribed above his forehead. So chained to the half cube are two nude figures similar to those in key 6, the lovers. So the tail of the man represents the wrong use of the signs of the zodiac. The woman's tail resembles a bunch of grapes, suggesting the use of wine, the use of the wine of life. So there is no devil except of man's own creation. And here it is evident that men are chained by their own wrong choices. However, the chains and about their necks are loose and can be removed at will. So yeah, literally, I mean, we have a lot of symbolism going on in here. So this is actually the Baphomet card. This Baphomet. So I don't see that as very, negative or evil or anything like that. So we do have that tail though. So these people, I mean, obviously, the chains around the neck are very loose. So we can get rid of, and we can, detach from things that would no longer serve us. All of like our cravings and addictions, and this is an addiction card I see too. I see that myself in the past here, chained to certain, negative addictions, negative vices. So, and that's completely gone, thank the gods. But again, I see Dionysus, so pleasure, love. We have the grapes of wine, like it said in the book. So yeah, indulgence, a lot of indulgence. The claws, I mean, he's really got a grip on his claws. I just don't see too much. I mean, I don't see too much negativity in there. I do see Baphomet. So, I mean, that would represent literally the all. So, the all of everything. How everything was created. So, it's an androgynous figure. Well, this card is not, because it's all male. So, there's a half man, half beast. So, we do have a little bit of a differentiation between Baphomet, Eliphas Levi's Baphomet, and the Devil card in the Rider-Waite Tarot. So, what can we do to, unchain ourselves? How can we break those mental chains? So that is all about that, breaking the chain, breaking free from, adversary, within ourselves too. So basically, and then it talks about in the book definition, it talks about man creates the devil, and that is very true. There is no devil, there is no hell. I don't, people believe 100%, the people that believe in the Bible, the people that, believe 100% that there's a hell below us, when no, there's not. So yeah, no, that's ridiculous, it's stupid, and that's placing blame. So that is us not taking responsibility for our own actions. So that's the hypocrisy of, Christianity, literally right there in this card. We got a lot going on here. A lot. So yeah, I mean, freedom, we can free ourselves from all of these things as long as we clear our consciousness, our minds, and then we go back to the Temperance card, and it's all about the mind. Now this is all about materialism and, just pretty much the negative things that go on in this world. So obviously this is a very, very universal card. You don't even have to see, the name of the card for somebody to realize, okay, so every single country, people would realize this card without the name, the devil, they would see that. So yeah, that's man. This is us. This is our shadow self, everything that we need to integrate. So, when we don't, we project. So this is also a card of projection. So when we're projecting, why do we, like, if you think of the word horse, so you already know you're projecting onto the word what a horse looks like, what it sounds like, etc., etc. When you think of hell, or the literal devil from the Bible, that is what you personally are projecting onto those words to make them meaningful to you. So it's pretty much like putting on goggles, so you can basically see what you want to see. So yeah, it's a lot of, it's kind of crazy. It's really crazy, honestly. But yeah, I really like this card. The torch he does have, and it does look like it's going down to her tail, or his tail actually. So I mean, that's just the integration of opposites. That would both be the male and the female side, the divine masculine and the divine feminine within all of us. And we have this giant creature with bat wings, hovering over us, hovering over these two, that haven't integrated themselves, and they're very judgmental. So I see this as a card of somebody that's very judgmental, very restrictive, somebody that doesn't want to take responsibility for their own actions, like I said before. Somebody that wants to scapegoat, and all these people think, oh well, God's going to save me from the sickness, so I don't have to wear a mask, I don't have to do all this, I don't have to get the flu shot, blah blah blah. No, God's not going to do that. No, yeah, our bodies were actually, our bodies are designed to produce, antibodies and stuff to fight off sickness, but we can't do that all the time. We honestly can't. So, I mean, there's so much going on in this card, it's ridiculous. So that's another thing, placing blame, and then, just what do you think of the devil? Then you project what you feel and what you think and what you sense and hear and smell and taste. So that's all negative projection. So then you have to be conscious of this projection. So how can you become conscious of this projection? So when you see the card, literally think to yourself, okay, so just calm your mind, shut your mind off if you can. I can't ever, sometimes only when I'm sleeping. How can you consciously, become conscious of, what you're actually, projecting onto? So for instance, what's a good one? What's something? Okay, so the symbol of the witch. What does that bring up? That brings up a lot of stuff right there. So, all right, but is it true? No, it's not all true. Just like this card, it's not all evil. It's not all good. It's a total mix. So it depends on what you want to do, what actions you take. Basically, it's all up to you. It's all up to the person. So it's all up to me as well to integrate my shadow self, to fight, or not fight, but to integrate these demons, which are daemons. Demon is actually, in the time of Homer, it meant a helpful spirit, a spirit of light. So demon it was only, demonized, no pun intended, by the church when it came into power, and it destroyed, the pagan religions and, everything else. And they deem themselves the one and true and only religion that's right. So that's completely wrong. That's their projection, and then they've projected this mass hysteria or mass delusion onto everybody else in the congregation. So every church is basically a form of brainwashing. It really is. So you have to free yourself from that. You have to free yourself from the limitations. Don't limit yourself. Don't let yourself get chained down into these negative situations. Let it go. Free yourself, because it is within you to free yourself from this card, from this kind of archetype. I could go on for hours with this card, though. I do like, though, that the chains around the neck are quite loose, meaning that that's our free will. So we choose to either free ourselves from the fetters or the fodders of what restrict and bind us to something, a situation, a place, a person, a thing, a bad relationship, etc., etc., negative thought patterns, chronic illness. I mean, everything you can think of goes along with this card. So yeah, but yeah, just the projection of, what people think about this stuff. So, I mean, you're going to see this card and you're going to think, oh, well, since that's, the devil card is in, the cards themselves, the deck, it's, evil. No, it's not. That's the projection that everybody is thinking. Not everybody thinks that nowadays, though. So it's kind of, going into the future a little bit more, not so much. I mean, we've taken a few steps backwards in the occult world, and people are, finally realizing that, hey, not all of this is evil. It's not evil. We don't worship Satan. We don't even believe in Satan. So that would be, a representation of that too. This would also represent the horned god in traditional craft, very, very similar to this image of the devil. But it's pretty funny that if without Christianity, we wouldn't probably have Satanism. So, I mean, that just goes to show you what influences what, and how, people can take an image and make it into something different, So Satanism came along and took the devil image, and it's, about freedom, about the self, about being the best of the best self you can be, your best version of your best self. So it's all about enlightenment. It's about personal power. It's about respect for others. If they don't respect you, you don't respect them. So it's mutual. That is what that's all about. That's what Satanism is all about. I do believe that it would be here if it wasn't. If Christianity wasn't here, I still believe it would be here. I honestly think it would be. I hope, because it is. I mean, it's not a bad religion, or a philosophy, or an ideology. And that's what people think about this. So the people that are, placing blame and scapegoating all the time, and, blaming demons and devils for their downfalls is completely wrong. It is 100% wrong to do that, and that's an ideology. So the people that think, God created this earth. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe in Jesus. I don't believe in God. I believe in my own God, the horned one, and a goddess, a consort, and different spirits that help us along in our life, and Genie Loki, and the land spirits like I talked about yesterday. So being aware. But yeah, the ideology is basically putting on goggles and seeing things and projecting something, and it's a thought pattern. It's a way you think of things. So people are going to see this card, they're going to think, oh, well, you're evil. Okay, no, you're not. But whatever, they can think what they want to. So yeah, literally, that's the projection. That is literal projection, even if you do it consciously or unconsciously. Most people pretty much do it unconsciously. So next time you see something like a tarot reader or a palm reader or a Ouija or somebody channeling, why don't we think, okay, so instead of what we already have, our ideology, our thought of what's going on with the tarot reader, the Ouija board, the witch, the pagan, the Wiccan, and all of it. I think Wiccans get the blunt of the worst of it for worshiping the devil. I don't know why. Traditional witches don't. I don't see that much, but I see Wiccans being attacked and being accused of worshiping the devil quite a bit. I don't know why that is either. Maybe because it's a new religion. I don't know. But I have projected a lot onto that faith, and it's not really good of me to do, but that's just my personal beliefs about the faith, about that path. I think it's just total crap. But I mean, it's just, sugar-coated cotton candy, with flavors of traditional craft. But yes, this is one amazing card to help liberate ourselves. So, alcoholism, we have, drug addiction. How can you get yourself free from those things? How can you get yourself out of poverty? How can you do what's best for you and make yourself healthy again? Stop scapegoating. Take responsibility for your own actions and realize that, not one, there's not just one true path. There are many. So for me, I see the horned god, Baphomet, or the buka. In traditional craft we call it buka. I see the buka as a disco ball. Many different religions, but just different names, different imagery, iconography, whatever, icons, that sort of thing. So we do have that. So it's not really a bad card. It's really not a bad card, but it could represent a dark night of the soul. Just being sick. You could be chained down, being sick. Anything, literally anything with this card. The symbolism is crazy though. I do like the symbolism, the half man, the half animal. So basically, trying to tame the animal, instincts and the shadow, and integrate that, so we don't have to, constantly think, okay, well, there's a devil or a demon, trying to influence me to do stuff. I don't think so. I don't think that at all. I don't think any spirit or whatever can read your mind. I think it's bullcrap. Total bullcrap. People think that, you consistently do something over and over and over, that's, a sin or against God or the Bible, and then that's their projection. So they're projecting. That's, what they've been taught. So they're stuck in this, wrong way of thinking, thinking that, God and Jesus are the only way to, heaven, and that's not true. Totally not true at all. There wouldn't be like a billion different gods and goddesses and only one being the right way. No. So that's limitation. That's limiting you. So this kind of represents to me the Christian faith, the Catholic faith, big time the Catholic faith. But yeah, so it's all up to us to take responsibility for our own actions, to really dive into ourselves and be like, okay, well, I've got to do this. I got to take responsibility for my own action. So an all-loving God would not take you as a person, as his server or whatever, his follower, I guess, whatever, worshiper. An all-loving God wouldn't, send you to hell for all eternity for wearing polyester. That's ridiculous. That really is ridiculous. Just like if your dog pees on the carpet as a puppy, you're not going to punish your dog for all eternity because he peed on the carpet and, made a mess. But if you continuously, do the same thing and you don't learn from it, and you're harming yourself, and then in turn that, affects other people around you, that is going to, that's still not, some people would say it's demons and devils. Big time air quotes on that. Take it with a rock Himalayan saw lamp. So yeah, that is what is going on there. I think it's ridiculous how people, scapegoat and, place blame on other religions, and, they think that, oh, Christianity was the first religion. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Paganism was here first. It obviously, is archaeological evidence. We have scientific evidence. We have historical evidence. But we don't have that with Christianity or Catholicism. So everything from Catholic, from paganism and all that, the old craft, we find in paganism, or we find in Christianity and Catholicism. So the next time somebody says, a pentagram is evil, make sure you find church pictures of their pentagrams in their windows, because it did represent the 5 points of Christ when he was crucified, or the 5, wounds of stigmata. So, there's so much that can go into this card. Basically, the biggest message: don't scapegoat, don't blame others for your own wrongdoings. Devils and demons aren't making you do things. Shut your mouth. Take responsibility for your own actions. Try to change yourself. Try to transmute that alchemically into something beautiful. So, that's all I got to say about this card. Wonderful card, though. Very wonderful. So yeah, you can have a good time with that card. You could really have a good time and do some really big shadow work and see what's going on inside yourself. That really does give you a really good insight into humanity, just how cruel people can be and how cruel the world can be, but also how beautiful it can be when we see that in the Temperance card. The beauty, the enlightenment, the mind expanding. This is the mind closing, being closed-minded, narrow-minded, straight and forward. There's no one path, or there's just one path straight forward, or, boom, you're going straight to hell. No, there's not. No, I do not believe that at all. And, it doesn't make sense. It's not logical at all. So we have this card to remind us of, hey, take responsibility for yourself. Don't blame others. It's our fault. It's what we do. So, and if we do it repeatedly, it's because we need to learn. We need to learn from that, and we need to learn to integrate that shadow, or, that part of ourselves back into ourselves, and really think, hey, how do I transmute this into something positive? How do I do that? So we have the building block again, which is down here, to do that from. So that is just letting our carnal instincts take over, and getting, completely outrageously mad or outrageously drunk, or, overindulging in, alcohol, like I said, or jewelry. You can be addicted to shopping and coffee. Everything is an addiction. So it's whatever. But yeah, you can do a lot with the Devil card. So what would you guys do? What do you guys feel about this card? Does it ring true to you? How does it feel? Does it make you uncomfortable to see the imagery? It honestly doesn't me. It doesn't me. I see a fat man with a belly like a percolating coffee pot. Quote, Eartha Kitt, unquote. So, take responsibility for your own actions, and that's what this is about. I love that card. It's amazing. It really is. Yeah. So, and he really needs to wax. Wow. But that's besides the point. See, that's my materialistic animal self projecting onto that card, thinking, alright, well, he's too hairy, he needs to wax. There we go, boom. That's a projection. So, but yes. Anyways, sorry guys, I go on too much. The cards, they just start to bring out everything, and you just start to talk a lot. So, yeah, a little bit about, projection onto others, and, this stuff, and yeah. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think below. And I had to take my dog to the vet, so I love you all, and I will see you guys tomorrow, definitely. Lupe and Gustavo, candles are going. So, Gustavo, your candle came today for Azazel. I will update you. Everybody yesterday with the live chat, I don't know what was going on. It's because of the power outages. I know that because there was tens of thousands of people without power. So, but yeah, I have some exciting new stuff coming, so we will see what I have to unveil for you guys, and I think you guys might like it. I think you guys will really like what's coming. It's very inexpensive, and it's a very powerful tool. It's a crystal, and that's all I will say. So, until tomorrow, when I do have it in my possession, and then I will unveil it for you guys to show you. So, but alright guys, I gotta take my dog to the vet. Yeah, I gotta go to the vet, so I love you guys with all my heart, all the way from Venus, all the way back down. And I hope you all have a good day. I hope you guys in the south are safe. Yeah, so just be safe and stay healthy. And I love you guys, and you guys are amazing. So I will see you all tomorrow.